Welcome to the ArchiCAD user interface. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the menu bar, the standard toolbar, the tab bar, the info box contents, pop-up navigator, bottom toolbar, the toolbox, and the graphic screen. These are the different parts of the ArchiCAD user interface. So right now, what we do is we go to File and create a new project. It's going to be based on ArchiCAD 24 template, and we'll have the default work environment. Then click on New. So a new project has been created, and at the center of this view, you have this white blank screen that you can see here, and this is called the graphic screen. This is where we are going to populate our drawings, and it is going to be acting as the working space when we are developing our project in ArchiCAD. So let's start by going to the top. So to the top here, this is called the menu bar, and it contains the commands for file creation and editing. It has a menu for viewing options. It has this design, which has these design tools of the document tab that has tools for documentation. We have options that allows us to customize our project preferences and work environment. We have the teamwork that is for collaboration with the engineers. We have the window, which allows us to customize the visibility of the various tab bars, toolbars, and palettes. And the last one here is a help, which has links to the various resources that are useful when we are learning ArchiCAD. So at the top here, this is the menu bar. And directly below that is what we call the standard toolbar, and contains shortcuts for the most commonly used commands, and these commands are derived from this menu bar where we have the tab bars. So it contains shortcuts for most commonly used commands, and these are derived from the various commands that we have in the menu bar. So we have things like undo and redo. We have find and select. We have pick up parameters and inject parameters. We have guidelines. We have these as the commands that we have in the standard toolbar. So this here that I am highlighting is the standard toolbar. And directly below the standard toolbar, which is this area here, we have the info box content. And info box contents usually contains current settings for the tools that are selected. For example, here we have the wall tool selected, and you have things like layer combinations, geometry method, reference line, location, structure, and floor plan and section settings as the information that we have in the info box contents. Let's say we have a tool like the dimension tool. You will see this as updated to capture settings that are available for the document. So let's have the fill tool selected as that, and you will see the information in the info box contents is going to update automatically. So below the info box contents, we have what is called the tab bar, and it is located directly above the graphic screen. So this is the tab bar, this one which shows ground floor here, 3D, all, and south elevation. This is the tab bar. This is used to navigate between, or to jump from one view to another. And basically it is moving from one active model view to another active model view. So like now we are in the ground floor. If I want to activate the 3D, I'll just click on this from the tab, and that is going to be activated. I can still move to the elevation using that tab bar. To the right of the screen, or to the right of the graphic screen, we have this here, which is called the pop-up navigator. And this pop-up navigator is the one that displays the project structure. We can be able to jump from one elevation to another. We can move from a story to another story. We can move to interior elevations. We have worksheets, details, 3D documents, schedules, project indexes, lists, and other information. So that is found under pop-up navigator, which houses the project map. We have the view map, the layout book, and the publisher sets for publishing our drawings. To the left side of the graphic screen, we have the toolbox, and this contains a set of tools that we use for selection, design, viewing, and documenting. For example, under selection, we have the arrow tool and the marquee tool. We have the various design tools here that we use to build our project. We have the various viewpoint tools here, and we have documenting tools. Because basically, they have been displayed in terms of icons. So if you want to extend this and see the names, rather the labels for the icons, you just click on this, drag it to extend it, then you will be able to see what we have under selection. We have design, viewpoint, and documenting at the bottom here. So this is the toolbox. So at the bottom of the screen, we have what is called the bottom toolbar. And this bottom toolbar is what contains options for the zoom. We have zoom options, we have scale options, zoom factor, layer combinations, and the rest. So we can be able to access it. So let's move to the bottom here. So you have the first three options as options for zooming. You have previous zoom, you have next zoom, and increase zoom. You have this for fitting in the window. We have a zoom factor. You have the orientation. You have the scale, layer combinations, model views, pen sets for that, pen sets for the project. We have things like model view options, have graphic overrides, and renovation filters. Then the last part here of the bottom toolbar is the part that shows the active dimensions. So that is the toolbar, and directly below under the pop-up navigator, we still have this bottom part here, which has settings options for the view that is for the views that are active. So that is to say, if you have the ground floor as the active view, if you click on these settings, you are going to have settings for the stories. So if you have 3D, you will have different settings. If you have elevations as active, you click on the settings, you'll have elevations for the settings. So those are the different parts of the ArchiCAD user interface, and we are going to be using all these tools and all these design and documenting tools. The various parts of the user interface are going to help us to navigate and smoothly create our project. So thank you for following. In the next lesson, we look at navigation both in 2D and 3D models.